Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be talking about my top 15 favourite movies from the year 1999, and what a year to end the decade with. This year was absolutely fabulous for movies. So many home runs, so many great ones, just yeah, absolutely phenomenal movies, and a lot of them didn't make my cut, unfortunately. But yeah, this is just my personal list, my personal top 15 favourite movies from 1999. Like I said, so many, but yeah, just my favourite list. It's not the right list by any means, it's just my one. So yeah, your lists are going to be different, and so they should be. And as always, all in accordance with the release dates from IMDb. They all have 1999 against their name. And as always, I'm going to leave a full list of honourable mentions down below in the description box. So yeah, that being said, going to kick it off with number 15. So coming in at number 15 for me is a movie that's considered to be one of the best from this year, but for me, I do enjoy it, but yeah, I'll get into it. Coming in at number 15 for me, we have The Matrix. This movie was, again, massive when it came out. I remember when it came out, and the VHS of it came out. It was one of the first ones to have sort of that cardboard case. I really remembered that vividly. I remember the poster of this movie, and I got around to watching it, and I was a bit underwhelmed by it. In terms of its story, I didn't click with it. I didn't gel with it. But as I've grown older and watched the movie more and more, what gels with me more about it is the look of the film. The look of the film is just absolutely extraordinary. It's just really, really mesmerizing and hypnotic at times to look at. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous looking film, but the movie itself does confuse the hell out of me, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. But yeah, if I want a visual treat, I'll slap this movie on. So yeah, that's the positive that I get out of this film. So yeah, not one that I rewatch a hell of a lot either, but I do still enjoy it for what it is. So yeah, coming at number 15 for me, we have The Matrix. So coming in at number 14 for me, kind of similar to The Matrix. This is another great movie everyone seems to love, but for me, I just think it's okay. But yeah, it comes in at number 14 for me, and it is David Fincher's Fight Club. Yeah, it's got a really interesting concept, this one. It starts off really solid for me. About sort of this group that invents this club where people just fight, and they have the rules. Everyone knows what they are. And yeah, it's a really interesting, well-executed film. Brad Pitt and Ed Norton are great in this movie, and so is Helena Bonham Carter. But yeah, it's just, again, another one of these movies that I don't go back to rewatch a hell of a lot, but I do still appreciate it, and I really do appreciate what it's going for and what it does. But for me, it just isn't higher on the list. But great twist as well, one of the best in cinema history for me. But yeah, on the whole, just not one I go back to a hell of a lot. So yeah, it comes in at number 14 for me. So yeah, that is Fight Club. So coming in at number 13 for me is Girl Interrupted. Yeah, this has kind of been hailed as like the female version of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And although I don't think it's as good as that movie, it's still pretty good in my opinion. The movie has a lot of charm to it. Brittany Murphy, sadly missed, is great in this film. Angelina Jolie steals the show. This was kind of the movie that put her on the map. And Winona Ryder's great in it as well. This was kind of seen as like the movie that was supposed to be her comeback, but Angelina Jolie just stole the show in this film. But it still really works for me. It's still really good. I really enjoy it. And it's just got a great cast to it as well. So yeah, that is my number 13 pick, Girl Interrupted. So coming in at number 12 for me, we have Boys Don't Cry, starring Hilary Swank. Yeah, very, very hard-hitting movie, this one. This movie's got some really upsetting sequences in it, particularly at the end. But it sort of follows Hilary Swank's character, who is pretty much identifies as male in this film. And it's kind of like her. She meets this other girl and falls in love with her, and it's kind of like she spends time with her friends and family, and her friends and family kind of discover the truth about her, that she isn't who she says he is. And it's very sort of hard, really uncomfortable. Some of the stuff that happens at the end with this character, it's just absolutely horrific. But it's a very, very powerful film. It's so well acted. Hilary Swank is amazing in the film, completely deserves the Oscar nod, but be warned, this movie is not for everyone. It's very, very uncomfortable at times, but I still enjoy the movie for what it is. It's just so well acted and it's fantastic. So yeah, that is my number 12 pick, Boys Don't Cry. So coming in at number 11 for me, we have Detroit Rock City. Completely other end of the spectrum compared to Boys Don't Cry, but this movie is a lot of fun. It's really entertaining. It's about 4 lads at school who have got concert tickets to go and see Kiss, but one of the mothers of the boys is like completely against heavy metal music, is just cannot stand it, is an absolute nightmare for anyone who loves the genre. Finds out the boys are going to this concert, finds the tickets and tears them up and says, "You are never going to see this band live, you're never going to this concert." And it's about them rebelling and saying, "Yes, we are, we're going." And yeah, it's just the adventures of them getting their hands on these tickets, and what they have to go through, what they have to do is just hilarious. It's just a really, really fun, great time, this movie. If you like those types of road trip movies where there's an objective that they've got to accomplish, really, really fun stuff. So yeah, that is my next pick. At number 11, we have Detroit Rock City. So cracking into the top 10 now, coming in at number 10, we have Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia. This was his follow-up to Boogie Nights, and although not as good as Boogie Nights in my opinion, I still really enjoy this film. It's got another great ensemble cast. Tom Cruise is just absolutely deplorable in this film. You just absolutely hate him. He's just so cocky, so arrogant, and he just preys on other men in this film about trying to meet women. But yeah, there's so much other stuff going on in this film as well. So many plot lines, but it really works. And I think the beginning and opening to this movie is absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love it. And the ending is just so bizarre and so weird. And there's just all of these different stories and characters going on in this film, and it all just really works for me. And I just absolutely really enjoy the movie. So yeah, coming in at number 10, we have Magnolia. So coming in at number 9, we've got Galaxy Quest. Just possibly the best Star Trek movie ever made that isn't anything to do with Star Trek. It just follows these actors who mainly did this sci-fi TV show. It's quite successful, and they go to a Comic-Con, and this alien planet from an alien race discovers their TV show and thinks that it's real, so they require their help to help them from this other evil alien race. And it's a liar reveal story, but it's so much fun. All the characters in it are great. It's just great to see these fun actors who are out of their depth and have to rely on their knowledge of the shows that they're part of to help get them out of sticky situations. And it's brilliant. It's colourful, it's enjoyable, it's got great characters. Yeah, just an awesome film. Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, great cast in this one. So yeah, that is my number 9 pick, Galaxy Quest. So coming in at number 8, we've got The Iron Giant. Absolutely fabulous animated movie from Brad Bird. Great story as well about this kid who discovers this Iron Giant. And he's a very gentle giant. He's very, he's humble. He's learning all of these things. But you find out there's a bit more of a sinister backstory behind him. Not to do with his character, just what he was designed to do and what he was intended for. It's quite dark and quite sinister, but he doesn't have to be that. He can choose to be this gentle, caring giant. And it's it's just a phenomenal story. So well made, so well animated. Vin Diesel gives an absolutely amazing performance as the giant himself. It's just a phenomenal film. Absolutely brilliant animation, this one. So, yeah, fantastic movie. So, yeah, that is my number 8 pick, The Iron Giant. So coming in at number 7 for me, we have Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. This was another one of these movies that just absolutely exploded at the time when it came out, and it was possibly because of the movie's ending. This movie is great. I don't think M. Night has ever really sort of topped this film, in my opinion. It is just brilliant, so eerie, so creepy. I just think it's a home run of a film, and every time I watch it, I'm hooked. It's just really, really creepy about this kid who claims he can see dead people, and it's just absolutely brilliant. The way the kid interacts with the spirits and the ghosts in this film is just absolutely brilliant. It's horrific the way some of these characters have died, and it's just brought to the screen so well. And yeah, Bruce Willis kills it in this movie. The ending is just synonymous. It's brilliant. I won't dare spoil it, but everyone pretty much knows what it is by now. And it's just an all-round great film. So well acted. Yeah, just brilliant. That sequence in the car is just amazing. High point of the film for me. So, yeah, it's absolutely great one. So, yeah, that is my number 7 pick, The Sixth Sense. So coming in at number 6, we've got American Beauty by Sam Mendes, the movie that won Best Picture for 1999. And yeah, there's something about this movie that just feels whole and complete by the end of it. It's brilliantly acted. Annette Bening and Kevin Spacey are great as this couple whose relationship has been dead for a while, at least in my opinion when watching it, and they kind of just go in their separate ways. They don't really like each other anymore. She's very much career driven, and he's very much going through a midlife crisis. And it's just so well acted. It's so well played out. All the characters in this film by the end of the movie are completely in a different place to where they started in the film. And it's just got some of the best character arcs ever. It's just phenomenally acted. So well directed. The movie looks great. The music in the movie is phenomenal as well. And yeah, I just have an all-around great time with this film. A couple of twists and turns along the way as well. So yeah, brilliant movie. So coming in at number 6 for me, we have American Beauty. So coming in at number 5 for me, we have South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. I was a massive fan of the show, I still am, and yeah, I remember just being like absolutely enthralled. Like, I need to see the show. I need to see this animated show where the kids swear. I've got to watch it. And saw some episodes of it and really enjoyed it. Really had a blast with it. I knew there was things that they couldn't say in the show, and yeah, just enjoyed it. So by the time I got round to watching the movie, I remember when I first watched it, I was sick, I was ill off school, and my mum bought me the VHS for the movie, and I was about 8 years old. And I put the movie in, and I was just blown away. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I just thought, how the hell have they got away with this? It was just like seeing something I'd never, ever seen before. So fresh, just absolutely took me by surprise. This movie, it's my favorite musical. The plot of this movie is just absolutely insane, and I love it. It takes the characters to a whole brand new level in what this film does, and yeah, it was just mind blowing at the time. Absolutely phenomenal watching this for the first time, especially after seeing the show. And that's kind of like how impactful this movie was for me. It was just absolutely, utterly insane, and I loved every second of it. Great to see it, on Blu-ray as well. The movie looks phenomenal, and yeah, it just was just, yeah, it just hit me like lightning. Completely took me by surprise, and yeah, I just absolutely love it. So coming in at number 5 for me, we have South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. So coming in at number 4 for me, we have Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow, starring Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci. Yeah, just what a great looking movie telling the Sleepy Hollow tale. Johnny Depp is great as Ichabod Crane, this detective who's brought to Sleepy Hollow, this little town, to discover, find out what's going on with these series of beheadings. And it just makes for an absolutely brilliant story. I love all the characters in the movie. I love the look of the movie, how it almost feels like a black and white film, but yet what's so vibrant about it is the actual blood itself in the film. It's just so rich and vibrant, the reds they use. It's really creepy and scary as well. The music is just great. The cast is phenomenal. Absolutely love the look of this film. I just think it's great, and every time I rewatch it, I forget how good it is. So yeah, that is my number 4 pick, Sleepy Hollow. So coming in at number 3 for me, taking the bronze medal as we go to the podium places now, is my favourite Pixar movie of all time. Anyone who knows me knows that I love this film. I don't think Pixar ever bested this movie, although they have come close. And it is, for me, Toy Story 2. I adore this film. I just think it's great. It does everything that a sequel should. This could have very easily have rehashed the first movie, and it doesn't. It advances the characters in the best way possible. Instead of, it could have very easily have Buzz go back to thinking he's a toy and just rehashing the same story. But instead, what it does is it gives us a rich plethora of a backstory for Woody. Because the great thing about this movie is we're learning about Woody, and so is he, all at the same time. We're discovering his past. We're discovering what he's a collector's item, a very sought after, rare collector's item, and he's part of this TV show. And he's faced with this dilemma: does he go back and be Andy's toy again, or does he move on to the museum and is just preserved forever? What does he decide to do? And it's just a brilliant, brilliant story. Great inclusion of new characters as well. Bullseye, Jesse, Zurg. Yeah, really, really just a fun film. Absolutely love this one. So, yeah, that is my number 3 pick, taking the bronze medal, Toy Story 2. So just missing out on the top spot for me, coming in second place, taking the silver medal, is Frank Darabont's The Green Mile. Just another brilliant prison movie for me. What a double feature this is with Shawshank Redemption. Just absolutely phenomenal film. Telling the story of John Coffey, who's brought in for the murder of two small twin girls, and he's on death row, and he's there with all these prison guards who are again led by Tom Hanks. Absolutely phenomenal film. All of these great characters, these great prison guards. Some of them you love, some of them you absolutely despise. Same can be said for the prisoners as well. Some of them you actually like, some of them you absolutely detest. And the only negative I can give this movie is this movie has a supernatural element to it, and it just doesn't gel well with the rest of the film, because the rest of the film is done so well, and it's so grounded, it's so well acted, it's absolutely horrific at times, and it feels like this could have very well have happened apart from that supernatural element. And I understand why it's there. It's there for the plot. It's there to give us the satisfying ending and wrap things up nicely. I get why it's there, but it just feels like the rest of the movie is too good for that subplot to be in there. But it still works on the whole. It's still a phenomenal movie. I absolutely love this one. Again, it's a 3-hour movie that feels like 90 minutes. It's just, yeah, you just don't feel the runtime for this film at all, even though it is a heavy toll. It's just a phenomenal, well-made movie. So, yeah, that is my number 2 pick, The Green Mile. So that leaves us with one movie left, and I will agree that this movie is not the best movie on this list, but it is my personal favourite. I rewatched this film more times than I care to count for. I adore it. I love it. It's an absolute teenage staple of mine, and it is American Pie. Yeah, everything about this movie I connect with. I love it. I love the film. These four friends who, you know, they make this pact to have sex by the time that they, you know, graduate from high school, have their prom. And it's just the misadventures and the hilarity that ensue with this film. I just find this movie so relatable. Everyone who went to high school had friends like these and did things not as extreme as what these guys get up to, but you have that connection with your friends and you have those experiences, and it's just absolutely hilarious. I love it. So relatable, so enjoyable. I enjoy all four of these films on an equal level. I just absolutely adore them. And they're just a great time, an absolute blast. Introduced you to so many great bands and songs as well. Yeah, but the first movie for me is the best out of all four of them, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. I love it. It's, yeah, absolute staple for me. I'm smiling from ear to ear as soon as I put the disc in for this film and start it till the end of the movie when the credits roll. I just love the movie that much. Yeah, just really dig the characters in it. So relatable. Yeah, just, it's my number one from 1999. Really, really enjoy this one. So, yeah, that is my number one pick, American Pie. So, yeah, those are all of my top 15 favourite movies from the year 1999, guys. And as we close out the decade, I'll be back doing more of these videos in October, where I'll be talking about my favourite movies from the years 2000 up to 2009. So stay tuned for that list. There's some great movies as well from the early 2000s. And yeah, I'll be bringing you those videos in October. So yeah, that being said, guys, gonna leave the video there and say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.